India may be close to signing a deal with a consortium of an Indian and German shipyard to build 6 Project 75I submarines. Now, this project has been in the pipeline for nearly 2 decades. Joining me to discuss what this means for our indigenous submarine capabilities is Vice Admiral K. N. Sushil. Admiral Sushil, welcome to the News 9 Plus show.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Admiral Sushil, explain for us the significance of the down select of the Mazagon Docks Limited and TKMS consortium to produce the Project 75I submarines. How important is this, given the fact that this project has been in the pipeline for more than 2 decades now?
Yeah, it is undoubtedly a very important project. We've been talking about this in various forums, and various ideas were floated up of how to go about Project 75 India and the continuation of Project 75 itself, or
Yes.
trying to realize the 30-year submarine building program.
Yes.
So now, if we have got down to shortlisting between Mazagon Docks and TKMS,
Yes.
then it is a continuum of what happened in the SSK program.
Right.
There is a good understanding of our work culture, a good understanding of how the Germans would react, and I think it is, though a belated step, it's a good step forward.
Belated, but a good step forward. But, Admiral Sushil, I have to ask you this, that this seems to be the third such attempt to buy conventional submarine technology in 4 decades. We first began with the German submarines, of which you were one of the commissioning commanding officers in the 80s. Then you went to the French for conventional submarines, and now we are back to Germany again. Why is it that we seem to be unable to stay the course on designing our own indigenous conventional submarines, what you would call a indigenously designed, developed and manufactured submarine, for which you don't need to go to any foreign country?
I think one of the most important issues which we learned from what happened in the past is that a large amount of problems in the decision-making process lies with the bureaucracy. Now,
is this the civilian bureaucracy or the military bureaucracy, or both?
Essentially the civilian bureaucracy, but the military bureaucracy in terms of choices, etc. But the military bureaucracy, the civilian bureaucracy in terms of how to go about or the way ahead. They are very reluctant to take a step. The STW scam, as you know, took place long back.
Yes.
And we nearly threw the baby out with the bathwater. And after that, STW became a bad word.
Right.
Then we went to the French, told them, we have a license to produce 2 more. Please get, STW to allow you to, help us with that program, which the STW said, okay, go ahead, but give us so much money, and that program was stopped. The question we need to ask is, why is it that we are not able to design?
Right.
Why is it that we are not able to go ahead? It's not that you can go to France or Germany or, Russia. That's an easy choice. But
yes.
Where is the answer to why we have not learned from the HTW program? We have not learned from the Scorpion program, and we are now trying to learn something more from another, collaboration. That is the crux of the issue.
Right. So when you say a design, Admiral Sushil, you mean a clean sheet design where you convert a design into, a submarine, a fully functional submarine. That is what we are talking about, without taking help from any other country, based on our own capabilities.
Yes, by this time, and with so much of background experience which we have had in terms of various philosophies which were put in front of us, and we also try to do them. The SSK, the STW, the Scorpion, the Arihan class, and so on and so forth. All these have given us such tremendous exposure to design, but yet, we can't put pen to paper and say, okay, this is what we are going to do. That beats, that confuses me quite a bit.
It's mind-boggling indeed. But, Admiral Sushil, I'm told that about a year ago, the DRDO has now begun a project to design an indigenously designed and developed diesel-electric submarine. It's called Project 76. We're hearing that you could have a design in the next 3 or 4 years, a completely homegrown design. And I believe the ATV project team is also working on this. Would you back this project? To what extent would you place your bets on this IDDM project, say, succeeding where others have failed?
Yeah, I hope and sincerely hope that this program will see the light of the day. I hope it is not some technology demonstrator pieces like which DRDO is often used to, because here is a question of life and death, and a capability which we need to build, forsaking other choices which we will have to make, which means that the realization of a submarine force level will get delayed so much, because once we take this route and the bureaucracy is convinced that
Yes.
okay, everything is well, then every other door is shut. So we need to be very, very sure that what DRDO is saying, they will be able to walk the talk, they will be able to deliver. I hope. And with all this experience, there is no reason to disbelieve what they're going to say. But I have not seen or not associated with any of the steps taken so far.
Yes.
What are the processes in place, etc. So I will not be able to really give, judge comment on this.
Right, absolutely. Conundrum there. Thank you very much for speaking to us, Admiral Sushil. Always a delight to hear from you on India's submarine worries. Watch the story on the P-75I submarine deal, India's monster submarine deal. Will it make us Atmanirbhar under the sea? Do watch. In December 2023, the Indian Navy will commission the INS Vaghshir, the sixth and the last of the Kalvari-class submarines. This will be the culmination of the P-75 program. It's a milestone that highlights not just India's growing maritime power, but also a glaring chink in India's armor. Now, India is the only major power to not have designed and built its own submarines.
Both the Chinese and the Pakistanis are building up their submarine capabilities.
The way the PLA Navy is trying to exert its, kind of a supremacy in the IOR.
Our submarine capabilities started declining a little bit as we went on. Some of the submarines had just gotten too old to be, continue to be effective.
So which means that we need to have more assets, or in fact minimum assets which need to be there to be acting as a deterrent, and also which protects and safeguards my interest in my areas of operation.
All this is set to change with a new defense acquisition, Project 75 India, or the P-75I program. P-75I can potentially transform Indian maritime presence. But is it the answer to India's underwater security needs? Can it kickstart India's submarine building industry? Can this monster submarine deal make India Atmanirbhar under the sea?